Today we're gonna start making the review of transitive and intransitive verb. Guys, if you may have a question, just raise your hand and I'm gonna leave you to ask. Remember, first thing, what are transitive verbs? Do you remember what is a transitive verb? What is a transitive verb and intransitive verb? Or you want me to remind you another time?
Yes, I have to
Okay,
remind.
a transitive verb, remember, that is any type of verb that have in a sentence an object. I can explain it with another way. If you see in this sentence, the speaker discussed different marketing strategies in the video. Do you remember that in the video, the last video that I posted in YouTube, I explained you the formula of how you can know if a verb is transitive or intransitive. Do you remember the formula that was what plus the subject plus the verb? So if we answer that question, what the speaker discussed, what will be the answer in this first sentence? Someone? What will be the answer? What the speaker discussed? Well, here is the answer. Different marketing strategies. So this will be the object of our sentence. So this means that the verb that we have here discussed is a transitive verb. Why? Because we have an object. This, what I highlight, is our subject, our verb, and these different marketing strategies will be our object. So that means that the first sentence, the verb is transitive or intransitive. Swami, the
Transitive,
first verb will be transitive.
transitive.
Exactly, transitive. Why transitive, Diego? Because we have what?
The
Different strategies. What is this?
don't remember the
Look,
The object.
the object. Exactly, Swami. The object. So when we are talking that it is a transitive verb, we must know that it will answer the question what plus the subject. In this case, what is the subject in this sentence?
Speaker.
The
the
speaker.
speaker
And the verb
Discuss.
discussed.
discussed.
Exactly. So you will see that the formula to know if it's a transitive verb will be always the same. What plus the subject plus the verb. And you must have an answer. What the speaker discussed, different marketing strategies. So we can say that this is what? A transitive verb.
Transitive
Exactly.
verb.
In your classwork that you will make later and you will upload it to the platform, you will do the same. You will underline the verb, you will underline the verb this way, and you will also circle all the object. So you're gonna circle all the object. You will circle all the object, you will put object, and also verb. Sorry for the writing, is that I'm making it in my computer. And you're gonna also label the subject this way, like a square, rectangle, sorry. So you're gonna make this way the classwork that I'm gonna leave you with the exercises. You're gonna make it right now as a classwork. So do you understand? A rectangle for the subject. Underline, you're gonna underline for the verb. You're gonna circle all the objects and you're gonna put beside the sentence if it's transitive a T, if it's intransitive an I. Hello, Carlos. Are you listening, Carlos? The Carlos is over there, right? Carlos? I don't know if he's over there. Okay, let's see in the other sentence, guys. Can you read it, please, Diego, and tell me which is the verb and the subject?
But the one that's saying incorrect.
Yes.
The speaker discussed in the video. The subject is the speaker, the verb discussed, and the object is in the video.
Okay, label it over there. You can obviously you can write in the same presentation. Try to underline the subject, try to circle the object, and try to underline our verb. Obviously, if you don't
But
have an object, you may not do anything. Yes, Diego?
how instead
Yes, in
in
the
the
presentation for
how you can
everybody
do
to
that?
see. How do you use
There's a pencil, right?
exactly?
No, Mister, to me doesn't. I don't know where it is.
This is like to edit. Well, if you don't know, just tell me.
Well,
Uh,
the speaker is the subject.
okay, we're gonna make the rectangle. Something like this. Okay, this is the subject. Our verb
Is discussed.
is discussed. Do we have
No,
an object? What the speaker discussed? Do we have the answer for it?
no.
No. So this will be what type of verb? Discussed in this
Intransitive.
sentence.
Intransitive.
Intransitive. Exactly so. Indeed. This will be an intransitive. So this is the way, by basically how you're gonna be working with the classwork. But obviously, we're gonna see another thing. We have here another example. Swanee, please help me with the first one. Label the first one if you know how to read, please.
Where?
Example of sentence. The first sentence. The instructor addressed the student's question.
The instructor is the subject.
This is the subject. What else?
Address is the verb.
Address is our verb. What else?
And the student question is the object.
Why is Swami the student's question is the object?
Um,
How do you know that? What question do you make to know that the student's question is the object?
because it's the object that is to the instructor, right?
Okay, let's see. How can we know if it's a transitive? What is the formula? I'm gonna put it here. What plus our subject plus
Subject.
our verb.
Verb.
So what the instructor addressed.
The student question.
So that's the way you know that it is a transitive verb. So we're gonna put here a majority. Is the verb transitive or intransitive?
Transitive.
Transitive. Why is funny? Why is transitive?
Because what that formula.
Because the formula tell us that we have an answer. So we have an object. So that means that this verb is transitive. Carlos, are you listening, Carlos?
Yeah, Mister. He listen, but I don't know. The camera doesn't
And the
work.
microphone?
Too said.
Okay, Diego, number two, can you label number two?
Okay, Miriam is the subject.
I just trace all these. Okay, Miriam is the subject.
The subject.
Okay, the subject. I will label the subject as an square, right? Subject. Okay, our
Borrow is the verb and underline.
and
And the methodology book from her classmate because she copied is the object.
everything.
No, just the methodology book
Why? Because what question do you make to know that is the methodology book?
because she was telling what he's borrowed.
What Miriam borrowed.
Mhm.
So the answer is the
The
methodology
methodology book,
book. This is what
the object,
the object exactly. So what type of verb is borrowed in this sentence?
Transitive.
transitive.
Transitive. Exactly. Well, so now exercise number 3. Swami,
Can you bring your copy of the textbook to our study group meeting?
subject. Do we have a subject? Yes, we have a subject. It's different because it's a question. So try to know which is the subject. To whom?
The group meeting.
No.
No,
You.
Carefully. You, exactly. You. Look, can you? So this is the subject, which is our predicate or our verb, which is our verb.
bring.
Bring. This is our verb. Bring. And which do we have an object? What can you bring?
Your copy of the textbook.
Your copy of the text. So, which type of verb is this one?
Transitive.
Transit. Exactly. Okay, so these examples are the same. Diego, Donovan gave the gift to his sister.
Donovan, the subject, gave the verb and the gift object, and it's
Transitive.
transitive.
Exactly.
Yep.
This one, the next one.
The committee members will take money for the new project.
The committee members will raise money for a new project. Okay, subject.
The subject is the committee members, right?
The committee members, verb,
Uh, will raise
will raise. What the committee members will raise.
money.
So we have what type of verb?
Transitive.
Exactly, transit. Okay, so do you understand this, guys? Yes, right? Or no?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, nice. Okay, we're gonna go to another topic, just the introduction. Today we are not about to understand all this topic, but I just gonna show you what we're gonna be looking next week. Direct and indirect objects. What we have in transitive verbs are called what? Direct objects. We answer it with what plus the subject plus the verb. So all the objects that you circle in the last sentences are called out direct objects. Direct objects. So in all transitive verbs, we must have direct object. Is a noun or an adjective that answers the question what plus the subject plus the verb. So let's see this sentence, guys. Donovan gave his sister a laptop. What Donovan gave?
Laptop,
A laptop. So this is our what?
direct object.
Direct object. Sorry. Direct object. The circle one is the direct object. But we're gonna add another object because a transitive verb can have more than one object. In this case, we're gonna see that is underlined what? What is underlined in this sentence?
His sister.
His sister. So we can have also an indirect object that is the answer of what or what Donovan gave a laptop. That is our direct object. To answer an indirect object is to whom Donovan gave a laptop. To
To
whom?
his sister.
To be sister.
Exactly. So this, his sister, will be, let's see, his sister will be what? An indirect object.
Object.
Exactly. It answers the question to whom. It's not obligatory, guys, for us to have an indirect object, but it's obligatory if you say that it's a transitive verb, it obligatory must have a object. It's impossible to a transitive verb to be without a direct object. Do you understand this?
Yes.
If you say,
Yes.
guys, that is a transitive verb, it must have at least one object and it must be direct object. If we don't have a direct object, that means what? That we don't have a transitive verb. So this is the topic of the next class, but we're gonna leave it this way and you're gonna be working in the exercise I'm gonna show you right now. You're gonna work in this 20 minutes that is remaining. In that you can ask me and you can be showing me if you want what you are doing, okay? For me to start checking. And after the class finish, guys, you may send it to the group, or sorry, to the platform. You have to upload the homework to the platform.